All right, it's a little dark and I didn't show it, but I'm including this in part of the stairs because there used to be, they had some wiring that ran down along this edge and it came down and there was a receptacle down here. So now what I ended up doing was I pulled it back and I have the power turned off to this. So what we're gonna end up doing is relocating this, and I'm gonna put the receptacle over here in the wall. So that way this can plug into it, the TV can plug into it, and I don't have to run extension cords like we had before. So for this, I know it's a thin wall, so I ended up getting a thin box. So now I just gotta get this put in. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all the panels and this stuff taken down, and I'll get started on it. All right, I lost some video here, but you can see at the very top up here, I used a hole saw and cut that out. And you can see the foam that's down there behind it. So that foam doesn't travel all the way down on this side. This is where a wooden support is. So you can see I got the wood. I'll get the plastic out of the way. I got it's hard to see, but right there is the edge of the beam. So I literally cut the box right at the edge of it. So what I did is this foam that runs all the way up there, I took this panel, lifted the edge, put it on top of the foam, and basically put the foam over it so everything's mashed in there. So from the top down to here. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and I'll get my box on and get it wired up, but that's all I was gonna do for this. All right, we got it all hooked up. Now let's test her out. Good, so that's what we're looking for. 2 yellow is good. And you can see it's actually in there nice and tight. We'll call that done. All right, so I tried to just put it together with the nailer that I have, but the nails are a little bit too short, so I'm gonna have to get other ones. But what I ended up doing is, you can see I got each one glued together and then clamped. So these are the 2 halves, and then they'll stand upright to go around this pole. So we're gonna let that dry for at least an hour or so before I do anything with it. So I got the beam covered up now. This is just a fake cover. There's actually a structural beam underneath there to support this. So you can see at the top, once I get this painted the darker color, then I'll put trim around it, and I'll touch up all the white and everything else on here. And then when I do the flooring, there'll be a trim that goes around down here also. So we're done with that for now. So now I'm done with this. You can see I went through, you can see the little bit of white here from this, just basically filling in the seams and everything. So now that's ready for paint. So you can see pole's all done. I got it painted. I still got to just do the trim at the top, but that's going to be for later. And then around the bottom, not worry about it because there's going to be flooring coming around. And then I'll just use some baseboard trim around that when I do around the walls too. But pole is in. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I'll make sure to answer them.